got moved into wheat beans now. I just got all the early beans done, and this is what our wheat beans are coming out as. I mean, that's impressive for beans after wheat. And this is just the in row. This is the first pass by the ditch. They look way better inside the field than they do here on the in row. But they're doing good, they're dry. So I'll show you when I get in the middle of the field, after I get the in rows opened up, what they're doing. 96, that's good for wheat beans. Look at that. So where I was at, had a bunch of little fields to finish up, and it's hard to hold the camera and try to do a bunch of those little fields. So I went ahead and knocked it out. Plus I had a hose on my draper header. Hydraulic hose went bad. I ran this morning. We finished up. It was just a slight leak. So we finished up this last night loading the truck with it leaking. So I went this morning, got a new, it was only like a 12-inch long line, and went and got that and put it back together. And I didn't have like 10 acres left, so I finished that up. And we got everything moved back over. My dad and my brother are now, they are doing, putting the last 60 acres of wheat in. So we got everything moved over, and I'm cutting beans while they're doing that. I'm gonna load all the hoppers tonight. And I told you guys I thought the wheat beans are gonna do really well. And if you look, I'm in where the sprayer went, and it's still running 86, 89. So as soon as I get off, I normally do 3 passes around the field, then I'll set my line and, you know, start cutting on the main roads. But I mean, really, I knew these wheat beans were good. All of them are just look like this. We got rain after we planted them. I mean, it was just, you know, rain when you needed it all the time. And couldn't be happier. Like I said, not bragging, just very, very happy with our yield this year. And I attributed that a lot to our mechanic Cheeto from East Newmarket, Atlantic Tractor. He came down, showed me everything on the combine, and redid a bunch of settings that we never had adjusted and weren't right, and I didn't know any different. Redid our concaves. We were apparently grinding a bunch of beans and corn and everything else up with the numbers we thought, even though we got out and we're checking, it was just way off. And the first thing he asked me was, well, have your concaves ever been adjusted by your other mechanic? And I was like, no. And he was like, yeah, that's one of your big problems right there. And he got her adjusted perfect. Hold on. And put her on auto steer for this in row, so I'm just going to make this my line actually, because I like cutting on a slight angle when I'm cutting soybeans. And I feel like if you cut with the rows, your snouts end up pushing the whole row down. So I like cutting on an angle, and your snout will push into the other row. When you come back, it picks it back up. That's my way I like to do it anyway. It might not be right, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, you know, like we used to run our concaves, what we thought was right, like 10, 9. Kept grinding beans. We'd open them up a little bit more, and then we'd open them up too far. And he's got them set down, so now I'm running like anywhere from 18 to 22. And, you know, with corn, we used to run our concaves at like 17. And, you know, everybody's like, well, just measure a corn cob. That's how it works. Well, it doesn't, because you don't have one corn coming through at a time. After he reset them, he was like, no. He said, open your concaves up to like anywhere from 32 to 38 and try that. And he said, every time you adjust, you know, go 2 numbers if it's wrong. And then if it's wrong, do 2 more numbers. That way you can come back a number. And, man, we went from, you know, cob in there, grinding corn, to running running 17, 18 to running 32 to 38 now. And no grinding corn, whole cobs coming out. Even though we were trying to adjust it before, it was just, you know, the front and back were just never right. And that's irritating, you know. So he's got her set really good now. I mean, it makes a big difference when you get the right mechanic that cares about everything. So, and he, you know, he didn't have to ask me them questions or take the extra time when he was down here to do all this stuff, but he did. So, I mean, that's what you want. Really appreciate it. They're good guys. And then Steve, the tractor guy now, has got everything fixed that we paid 3 other times to have it fixed and never did. I mean, I can't stress it enough. I know I've said it on here several times, but man, it's just night and day in the equipment now. I mean, it's working like it's supposed to work. You know, it makes you happy. So once I get in the field, I'll show you more. So, granted, I'm on a sand hill. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but it goes down in the valley. This is the big sand hill on our home farm. You can see it. Bam. But there are beans there though. The rest of the beans are on all good flat ground everywhere. Here we got beans everywhere. We plant a lot more beans than we do corn. And here's what they're doing on the straightaway. And this reminder, this is probably the sandiest field we got. So the yield should only really increase after this. But wheat beans in the 70s, yeah, that's pretty good. Very happy with that. They are coming in there too, boy. Dry too, they're really dry. So we'll see what this field does. Once I'm excited to get, these are the tan beans and that field is tan beans. The rest of them are the dark brown. I'm excited to get in the dark brown beans because I know they always yield better. But for these beans right here to be what they are, especially after wheat, can't complain about that. Still doing fairly decent. I've been playing with my concave and my rotor speed a little bit. Grinding a little, cracking them a little bit, so I slowed her down. But the wheat beans, you gotta get them out of pod. I closed the concave up a little bit. Seems like it's helped it out big time. That's the home farm. Almost got this field done. They are still doing pretty good. Can't ask for no better than that in wheat beans. I'm gonna go to that field right there next. So I think my goal in every field has ended. I wanted to hit 100 in every field this year. Although these are wheat beans, they're planted way later than early beans. I think the highest I hit was 96. I don't know, you have to let me know in the video. I think I hit 96, 99, something like that. I don't think I hit 100. That was my goal in every field. Obviously, I'm not going to get it in this field. But 96, 99, hitting it once, I'm still happy. They're running steady 70s, 80s. I mean, you can't complain about that for wheat beans. So, it is what it is. You got this great big sand hill climbing up. That really hurt the overall on this field. You get up there and they drop down to like 30, 40. So this field right here will probably finish like 60 something, I think. Which that isn't bad for wheat beans, but when you're running constantly 70s and 80s everywhere in the field, hitting 90s, and then you always come up this sand hill, and man, it just, you know, that little drop just killed your overall average. This is the field that the pivot's going on, so we get that pivot, that's going to help this field out tremendously, because it does good everywhere. I don't know if you can see it or not. You see like the swell right here, and it goes up on this sand hill right here, and then it, you know, it's kind of on an angle. I don't know if you can tell or not right here. It goes down to good ground, and this is all up high on the sand hill. So, you know, most 3/4 of the field does really good, and then you got the sand hill that kills your overall yield. But that pivot, that's going to save this field. I mean, make it, hopefully all of it does good. So we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't video yesterday afternoon or this morning. I was going to, but I was trying to fix everything myself while my dad and my brother did other stuff. So can't video everything, even though I want to. So show you what a sand hill does. This is a sand hill, runs all the way through, and then it has a big drop, so it's running in the 70s, kind of on top of the sand hill, which isn't bad, but wait till I get to the top of the sand hill. And this is a peak. I don't know, you can see her. There's a line that drops way down. I don't know what the grade is, but it's pretty well. You can see it on the dart line how it drops, and it gets more drastic over here. So you're running now, you're starting to hit the sand hill, starting to go down. Beans are dry. So we went from 70s, 80s back there. All right, we're right on top of the sand right now, so it'll take it a second to read it. You can see her dropping, 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 steady dropping. Zero. Even though there's beans there, it's not enough through her to really tell. Now she's going to build back up because I'm coming off of it. And when we say sand hills, this is what we mean by sand hills, how it kills your yield. And see, she's jumping back up to, and they're coming to fix that tomorrow. I'm going to be so happy. I know I can't hold the daggone phone steady. But you see the difference, the yield difference. And that's why you can be cutting 90 bushel beans and you'll be averaging, let's say 80 by the time you start opening up. And then you hit the sand hills and it will drop that 80 to 90 down to 60. You know, it's just crazy. When we pick up on the end here, I'll show you what it's averaging so far. And it's all because of that sand hill. At the end, she's averaging, so 70, so it's averaging 70, so you're dropping 20 bushels because of the sand hill is just killing you. So it is what it is. I can't do nothing about it until we get a pivot put up. It is what it is. So same way with corn, you could be pushing 250, 300 bushel corn down here on the bottom. You get up on the sand hill, you're down to 80, 90 bushel corn. And then when you get on top of the hill, it goes back to good ground and you'll be back up. But that drop in that sand hill just kills you. It just kills you. So, I don't know. Cutting down the side of the runway. Beans are doing pretty good. These are the Golder beans, but they don't seem like they're doing any better than the other ones on here. The early Golder beans did better, but wheat beans, they seem like they're pretty much doing the same, maybe a little bit less. I mean, they're still good for wheat beans. So I think all the airplanes are done landing for the year. I think they got their cover crop done, got everything in, and they are done. So this runway will be sitting vacant. If we get irrigation, it'd be nice to get rid of it. We don't use the airplanes anyway. But the beans are clean, sample anyway. Look at that. Looks pretty good. Yielding good, looking good. I have to go home and tell Miss Eastern Shore Farmer how much she loves me. Well, the bean seems to be getting drier as we're going. So I'm going to keep going. It is 5:36. So, seem to be doing pretty good still. I'm going to keep her going. Beans are yielding good. I've just about got this field right here done. I'm going to go cut. There's a field in the back over there I'm going to cut. That's them tan beans. I'm going to go try them, open that field up tonight. I got other fields I can cut, but I'm thinking about I want to go back there and do that. See what they're like. And Wes is steady cutting corn now, so everybody wish One Lonely Farmer good luck with his new combine. It seems like it's doing pretty good. I know that he will have the cab comfort over that TR, what was it, a TR 96, 97? I know they're going to, the whole family, as much as they ride with him, you know, Miss Eastern Shore Farmer, every once in a while she rides with me, but you know, farming ain't her thing. She'd rather be home watching 90 Day Fiance or some crap. But I know his family rides with him a lot, and that cab, regardless of the combine, you know, I'm not a fan of the yellow. It ain't no deer, okay? But that cab comfort for William and Teresa are going to be a big time advantage. They're going to love that. I mean, big time. So good luck to him. Hope his corn crop does good. And yeah, and if you don't follow him or watch him, he's One Lonely Farmer on YouTube. Go give him the thumbs up and subscribe to his channel. He's pretty much the reason I'm on YouTube. So thank you, Wes. Good morning. I think I cut three loads of wheat beans last night after I got switched over. Wheat beans are doing really good. I mean, best wheat beans we've had in forever. But the vines are a little green. The beans are dry. The first two loads went 13.5. So my brother, he's taking the third load now. So the beans are dry. But I am having problems. I don't have a flip over reel on this draper. And that's one issue that I wish we had. Wish we had got a draper with a flip over reel. But I rebuilt all these little pieces because they were worn out. But I still they get caught right here and they catch on these points right here. Seems like right around here. First one is right here. It gets caught right here. So I am going to take some black electrical tape and kind of wrap this a little bit. They get caught in this little piece right here too. I'm going to take some black electrical tape and kind of fatten this up a little bit because it is very irritating. Very irritating. It's mainly just on this centerpiece right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. I don't know if I should take something and trim these points off a little bit on an angle. Seems like these points is what catches it. But I wish we had to flip over reel. Maybe the next draper we will. But that's what's going on this morning. As you can see, I got it wrapped on that corner too. That's the first time it had ever happened on that corner. Happened last night when it was starting to get tough. The vines were starting to get a little damp, and so I just stopped. I still had one more bend I had to put on the other hopper, but I said screw it. I got tired of dealing with it. So I'm gonna do some modifications this morning, see if that helps. Maybe it won't, maybe it will. I don't know, but we'll see. Might trim some of these up right here. Show you what it's doing. It looks like it's catching on these pieces, so I'm gonna actually trim them on a slight angle so it gives it more room in here. And it's doing it on all of these little pieces that hang out. It's very irritating. Very irritating. I'm gonna go check the beans, but look at that. Them two are working great. My brother's putting cover crop on and Big Lou's turboing it in. Look at them two. They work good together. They ride around together. They work good together. I'm really impressed with them two. Out and check some beans here. And our wheat beans are fat. I mean, big beans. They're bigger than the early beans, I think. Well, they're cracking easy. Let's see. Let's do like all these other YouTubers that do the bite test. Oh, really hard. I think they are a go. It is, I think it's 11 o'clock, 11:30 today. Yep. Yesterday they tested at the mill 13.5. Yep, they're good to go. Except this is long. This is, I don't know, 3/4 mile long rows. Don't take long to get a bin full in this thing. It's beside the runway. Look good though. I'm gonna get this done. There's another field over there I'm going to get done. I'm going to get the other field done. Then I'm going to jump across the road. I think a couple fields over there already. So try to knock out some acres today. Bullwinkle, I think my brother's going to do some other stuff. Start ripping or something. So Bullwinkle is going to come down and do the hauling today. So start getting some stuff knocked out here. The wind's blowing pretty good. I see Tommy, my buddy that was in that case that I rode in. He's already started cutting. Of course, he's cutting early beans. Yeah, we'll get some stuff rolling today. Start knocking out some more acres. Got a lot of beans to go, so I'll take a video of Pop here on the tractor. There's my bro. Look at that man go. I guarantee you he didn't set the computer right. So I'm back to cutting this morning. It is 12:42. Beans are still doing pretty daggone good. For wheat beans, I mean, look at that. I mean, that's pretty good. So I got that. That's what I got cut last night. That in that field over there. So I'm working on this long stretch, and then I'm gonna do a field over there, and then there's a little 5-acre field up front I'm gonna knock out. And then we're going to go across the road. Long roads this morning. I like the long roads. I like the long roads. There you go. I'm trying to give you the best view possible. There we go. And they're big beans. These wheat beans are like fat. Getting drier. Still doing daggone good for wheat beans. You get 75, 80 bushels out of them. Makes you pretty happy. Do me a favor if y'all like the Huber sweatshirt I had on. Of course, I did. It was a nice sweatshirt. I'm not much on red paint, but they did give me a nice sweatshirt with that sprayer on there. That was pretty nice. Greg said he's been selling quite a bit since the last video, so go hook yourself up with one. I don't know what they cost or whatever, but I'm sure they're not too bad for you big time BTOs. I don't get anything out of it. I just think it's neat that I think he said he sold 14 to people that saw it on the video. So he said they're coming out with the new sweatshirt is going to have the 715 quad track on it, pulling a great big Great Plains drill. So if you go ask about the sprayer sweatshirt, go ask about that one. I don't know if it's out or if it's coming out, but I'm going to try to get one of them too, because I think that would look pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, Hubers, just go talk to them. They won't let me demo anything, but they'll let me wear a sweatshirt. So, I don't know. Got my bro rolling another load. He's been rolling all day on a Friday. It is crazy how hard that boy is working. He's gonna go see Sheila. I love you, Sheila. I love you so much. Will you marry me? Kisses and hugs. Well, I've been rolling today. I haven't really filmed too much. I've been trying to get some beans cut. I think that's load number 10 for today. Moved to a different sandy field. This is what the beans are doing. Sometimes they're dry. I mean, sometimes they're high, sometimes they're right where they are. But I think this is about where they're going to be at in this field. It's sandier as you go up, and then it drops off to a nice bottom where I think the yield will go up a little bit higher. But overall, they're doing like 40, 50 here. They're really short, but they got a lot of pods on them. This is a sandy field on this farm. does what it does. But if you can get 50 bushels out of it for really a third crop, because we did wheat, straw, and beans, then you can't really complain about that. They're dry. Purdue doesn't think anything's dry, but they're dry. So, if you want a good snack, get some Jack Link's Sweet and Hot. I love that stuff. And this is not a paid promotion. I'm just eating it because I enjoy it. I don't have to get paid. Get paid because I'm eating. And I got a rant to go on, so let me do this and turn around. I'll get back with you. Did you know, when you click on a video, like say you click on one of my videos, if you go under where the thumbs up are, or the share is, or the like is, all that crap, there's a heart with a $ sign in it. That's if you guys want to leave us money or tips. I didn't even know that. I've been doing this since 2018. Apparently, you click on that heart, the $ sign, it gives you certain options to give money, or you can click more and then type in however much you want. I had no idea about that. Definitely not going to ask anybody for money. But I was watching Cold Corn Stars videos. He's asking for people to help pay for his pen site. Brian Brown, the famous Brian Brown, I watched his video yesterday or the day before that. Now granted, he's building a $500,000 home. He just built a $500,000 shop. They just got a brand new tractor, all, whatever. They till like 4,000 acres. So on his video, he was like, we're struggling. Something had happened. I can't remember what it was. Something broke down or something happened. And he was like, you can leave me a tip now on my YouTube. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy has 4,000 acres, or his dad does. I don't know who the hell has it. 4,000 acres. He's sponsored by and I try not to watch him too much because it's so irritating. He does the AG1 or I don't know if it's Trippy Farm or Millennium Farm, or they're doing all. I mean, you can't watch a video now without all these they do these self-ad promotions right in the middle of the video. So I'll just fast forward or ignore it. But they had, I think he does Wagmar, and now he does some kind of meals or something. And when he started doing that, I really just tuned out then. Some kind of meals, I can't remember what they are. But then he's sponsored by, what is it, AgChem or whatever that chemical company is. So he's sponsored by that, gets money. Then he's Underfurf. Him and Larson's are like the same because they give him a green card for free to use. They don't have to pay for it. And y'all know how much I want a green card. But I'm just saying, they get all this stuff for free. And he's got the gall to come on there and ask you to leave him a tip. It's like, tip me, tip me, tip me. I need more. I want more. Now granted, every one of us does these YouTubes. I do it. I did it before I even knew about YouTube. I always put them on Instagram and Facebook. I didn't even know anything about YouTube until Wes told me about it. And that's documented. I've told you 100 times. He's the one that got me started in YouTube. So I didn't even know that you could do this on YouTube. I mean, I'm glad I did, and that was back in 2018. So I've been doing it ever since then, and I can't find a single subscriber. It's hard for me to get subscribers, views, whatever. I do the same thing they do, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying I'm jealous or whatever, but I'm just not out west. Nobody's looking for a guy in Maryland to watch farming, even though we do the same thing, even though I get more impressive yields than they do. It's just how it is. Oh, and another thing, he said he was cutting 270 bushel corn in a drought. Hadn't had no rain in forever. But he's cutting 270 bushel corn with a gleaner. I mean, a gleaner. Everybody knows gleaners are throw that shit out the back. But anyway, I just thought it was amazing that somebody has all they have and they're asking for more. Tip me. You can leave tips now. So, oh, there goes Lane. Hey, Lane. And I don't know. That's just my rant for today. It just kind of irritated me. As much money as they got and as land as they got, and they're asking for you to tip them. When they already get free stuff from. I didn't even know the tips were there. And you can look back on every one of my videos, I've never asked for a tip. Now I do know when they do live, like I've seen Wes, when he does a live thing, people leave, you know, tips or whatever. I knew that they were on that, but I didn't know just every random video, if you wanted to leave a tip, you could leave a tip. Whoever knew that? So, but I don't know. Plus they're making money off of YouTube. You know, I don't make any money off YouTube because I don't have the subscribers or the views like they do. You know, them guys are making bang. You know, they probably make $500,000 a year. So, but they have the subscribers and they farm in, I guess, states where people think farming is more important than it is here. But I'll put our UW against anybody. Doesn't matter where you're at. As long as we get the rain. If we don't get the rain, that's the same way it is with everybody. If you don't get the rain, you're not going to be able to get what you do. But he said he hadn't had rain in months, and they were cutting 270 bushel corn. So I don't know. With a gleaner, who knows? But if we get the rain like we did this year, I'll put our yields up: beans, corn, wheat, whatever, bring it. But I actually don't compete. I was talking to Temple Rose, was it yesterday, the day before that? He wanted to know why I didn't get the bean contest, because, you know, we've had several farms that were running 100 bushel beans right steady. And I said, I don't know, I don't do that stuff. I just compete. You know, I compete against myself. If I do, or I guess I compete against us, you know, my dad and my brother. You know, if we do, I don't want to sound like I do everything here, but my brother does haul. He'll run them trucks. That's good. That's what he likes to do. Plus, his girlfriend works over at the Granger. So, I think that's why he's so motivated. Because he's in love. I love you. And, anyway. But, yeah, we, you know, if we do 100 bushel beans this year, I want to do 101 next year. If we do 260 bushel corn this year, I want to do 261 next year. I always want to beat. Heaven knows when we get that pivot up, be trying some things, boy. So, anyway, that's the rant for today. I just figured I'd go ahead and say that. So, if you like the video, thumbs up. And you don't have to leave a tip. So, just watch. All right. See you later.